What's the deal, y'all? This your man King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with another video. So, in watching The Rock's interview with McAfee and seeing the tweet that he sent to Busted Open, it's really showing that The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson for that matter, true character is really revealing. He's truly an egomaniac who knows how to masquerade his flaws with great PR, charisma, and he's a master of spinning bullshit. This time around, the people aren't buying it though. This is the thing. People on the biggest platforms, especially the ones in the wrestling community, are calling The Rock out for this BS. But what people don't know is this has been his memo for 10 years going. Going back to the Fast and the Furious. They brought him in, and to his credit, he brought new interest to the series. The series went from being about drag racing, and it turned into a straight action movie series. It did blockbuster numbers, and to The Rock's credit, he's responsible. But then, when you start feeling like the draw, he start feeling himself. The Rock, knowing he's the draw, he started to want to come into the franchise and, call the real shots. He probably wanted to be more of a main character and leave the casting members as, breadcrumbs on the table. Vin Diesel probably told that nigga, F that, you ain't coming here and dictating, we got a family going on. And then The Rock sent his tweet saying some male co-stars conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals like others don't. The ones that don't are too chicken-ish to do anything about it. Anyway, candy asses. When you watch this movie next April and it seems like I'm not acting in some of the scenes and my blood is legit boiling, you are right. And see, Tyrese claimed that The Rock was the reason why production on F9 was delayed. So, this is the part that was funny to me. The Rock he's not involved, right? Like, this is what he does. They telling him to kick rocks. So what he do is he create his own movie using the Fast and Furious character, Hobbs and Shaw, with Jason Statham. And that was based off the Fast and the Furious character. He literally created his spin-off movie for that. Vin Diesel and them get a dime. So this is where the play started coming. He burnt those bridges. The Rock wanted to play Black Adam. DC was with it. But the production, when the movie was getting created production-wise, the movie took many twists and turns. And Dwayne Rock he wanted many of his people to oversee the project, so to speak. Sound familiar? He was allowed to take creative control of the whole thing. The budget ended up being like over $250 million. Like, he really pushed that budget over. But he needed this to be a monster, and it really wasn't. It flopped. So considering how big that budget was, it flopped bad considering how big the bad budget was. But he was also snubbed because he was trying to be into the Shazam universe until all this shit was over. Because if you really look at the series, Black Adam is a major antagonist to Shazam. Then what else hurt The Rock was Warner Brothers merged with Discovery, and they hired a bunch of executives. So then he tried to muscle his way and use a power play against Warner Brothers Discovery to get him to greenlight a movie with him going to get Superman, with Henry Cavill returning to Superman, right? And they told him, yo, you get the hell out of here, man, kick rocks. We ain't doing that. And the guy goes by the name of James Gunn. He's now like the president of DC, and he announced that there's going to be a bunch of new DC movies, and none of them was going to have The Rock in there. So basically, The Rock got humbled trying to make a power play in Hollywood. So what does he do? His ego got bruised. He returns to his playing ground where he's pretty much popular, wrestling. He's one of the biggest draws ever. He becomes head of the board at TKO. This was his way of to salvage his ego. So now he feel like he could be a shot caller. And we looking at it at the time like, yeah, Dwayne coming up here, this shit gonna get really cracking. But little did we know. So, started with last year. He started bullying people out. He bullied Cody out of his spot last year. It looked very confusing because it's like he won the Royal Rumble, but now you bully him so that way you and Roman Reigns can have your main event. You bullied the Royal Rumble winner out of his spot. Then you disrupted all the plans, and now they had to scramble to create and make Mania 40 an entertaining show, or it would have been a disaster. So basically what he's been doing since then, he shows up and disrupts things whatever he pleases. And it causes confusion to the fans, the talent, and being that he's a member of the board, who's going to tell him what to do? But you look at it like this. Who's going to tell him what to do? Triple H damn sure can't. Look at that exchange with him and Triple H last year. That's a dictate of how this relationship is going. Rock is basically beasting these niggas. So, if you really look at it, though, The Rock doesn't really want to be a heel. Because, you know, him being a heel will hurt his business. But it was forced by the fans. And plus, it still fucks with him that Cody Rhodes is... The people chose Cody Rhodes over him. And it can't stand it. It hurts his ego. Which is why they made Cody look like a whole chump, hurting his draw power this year. So, another question I have is, why didn't TKO call Triple H instead, but they called The Rock? The Rock is doing what he's trying to do in Hollywood. And when I read that tweet, when he said, coming back to Elimination Chamber, being disruptive and unpredictable. Only this time, The Rock has no overhead in Hollywood. So this is going to make the WWE brand, depending on how he moves, look whole foolish, because The Rock could care less. He good. He can go in and disrupt whatever he want to. But we shall see. This is going to be very interesting in the coming months into a year. So let me know what you guys think, man. Do you think The Rock's ego out of control? Subscribe, hit the like button.